Hi, we're Stacy and Nathan, and we live on Jeju Island with our 3 dogs, Sunshine, Dawn, and Butter. In this video, we'll be taking a trip around Jeju to explore dog-friendly places around the island. We'll look at some parks that are perfect for visiting with your pet, visit some of Jeju's natural attractions, and check out some dog-friendly food options. We'll start with visiting Icholand in the southern part of the island. It's a quieter garden with a path that goes through to see different water features and statues. It's really relaxing because the path is very straightforward, so if you just want to take a relaxing walk, it can be a good park to visit. There is also a small lava tube under Icholand called Nakcheon Cave, and they have it decorated so that it's a little bit fun to walk around under the cave and see different lights and different art features. Going into the cave was definitely our favorite part of Icholand, but they also had an experience zone so that you could see some of Jeju's traditional culture. So I would recommend visiting Icholand for somebody who really wanted to relax but also get to see a little bit more of Jeju's history. Another unique park is called Jeju Herb Dongsan. This garden is a little bit more quirky and has different lights and different statues to see. Going around sunset can make it feel quite a bit like a fantasy world because you can see all of the different lights and the flowers together, and it really makes for a magical experience. In the fall, they have pink muli that is really famous because it looks so whimsical, and it's really fun to walk through the pink muli fields with your dog. Jeju Herb Dongsan feels very childlike, almost like you're going into a storybook. So I would recommend visiting this garden if you're looking to do something a little bit more fun and enjoy having different paths to explore. The final pet-friendly park on my list is Jeju Green Tea Maze Park. It's a garden filled with mostly green tea, but they have some seasonal flowers as well. In the fall, when I was there, they had pink muli. Even though it's called a maze park, it's a really just great place for relaxing. The view from this park is absolutely phenomenal, and I would recommend visiting there just to see the view. It's also interesting to walk through the green tea fields and see the tea up close. And they do have a couple small mazes that you can go through and try to challenge yourself to get to the end of the maze and ring a bell. Another thing that's included in the admission to this garden is a chance to try some of the green tea. So you can pick a table outside looking out over the southern coastline, and they provide you with snacks and tea to drink, and it is a really cool experience for anybody wanting to try green tea while they're on Jeju. Now we'll look at more of Jeju's natural attractions, starting with a system of hiking trails that goes around the island called the Olay Trail. Olay Trails lead hikers through different neighborhoods and show off some of the unique features of each area. This type of slow travel is a really good way to get to know the diversity and unique culture across the island. For example, one of the trails leads you to a cactus plantation. Another trail leads you to a park where somebody has crafted different chairs and set them along the park for you to explore. Every trail has a very unique vibe and can really bring you to different places that you wouldn't explore if you weren't hiking. Sometimes you can even be surprised on the Olay Trails to find things like really beautiful waterfalls. There are quite a few waterfalls on the island, but not many of them are dog-friendly. But one of the most gorgeous waterfalls is dog-friendly, and it's located on an Olay Trail. It's called Seogwipo-si Waterfall, and it's next to the famous Jongbang Waterfall, but it's a little smaller and it still flows into the ocean. It's more quiet and more secluded, and it's a really good place for relaxing and looking out at the water. To me, regardless of whether or not you have a pet, it's one of the top places you should visit. Another thing I really like to do with my dogs is go hiking onto Orums. Orums are small mountains or parasitic cones, and there are over 300 of these on Jeju. Some of them are part of the Olay Trail, some of them are not, but they're really just great hiking places. You can usually get to the top of one in 10 to 15 minutes, and then the views are just gorgeous. So this one is called Dojubong, and it is unique because you can see the airport and watch the airplanes coming into Jeju. Just like the Olay Trails, every Orum is unique and brings you to a different part of the island, and you can have different experiences. For example, this is Yeongnuni Orum, and it's famous for having horses and being really windy and having a great view of the inland part of Jeju. My favorite Orum is called Gum Orum, and it's a little steep, but it's worth it once you get there. There's a crater in the center that gathers water after it rains, and you can just sit at the top and watch the sunset and watch everything below you, and it's just my favorite view in all of the island. Another way to take in Jeju's natural beauty is to take a ferry to another small island. In this video, we go to Gapo. There are a few different islands you could choose from when picking an island to visit, but I like Gapo because it has the option to bike around the island. Visiting Gapo is a great option if you have a smaller dog. The dog needs to be able to fit into a bag when it's riding the ferry. When we went to Gapo this time, we rented a bike and my dog rode in the front basket. We had 2 hours on the island and spent most of that time biking around the coastline. Gapo feels really artistic. Walking around and exploring could be just as fulfilling as riding a bike. No matter how you choose to explore, it's really interesting to see Jeju from a different perspective. Now let's talk a little bit more about the food that is available around the island. First up is a dog cafe called Blissful. They have coffee, paninis, and desserts that you can eat inside with your small dog. They're one of a few cafes on the island with separate areas for small dogs and big dogs, so you can visit there regardless of your dog's size and let them play. Another cafe not too far away is called Frugen. The cafe has different zones that you can go to because they try to cater to a variety of audiences, both people with pets and without pets. Their special food item is pizza, but they have coffee and other items on their menu as well. The garden they have for the dogs to play in is pretty big, but they also have a small building that's like a private place that you can eat alongside your pet. Frugen is not a dog cafe, but it feels like they really try to cater to pet owners, so it's one of our favorite places to go, especially when we're craving pizza. If the weather is great, another cafe to visit is Waito 339. They have outdoor play areas that are separated for big dogs and small dogs. There are picnic tables, and the cafe has a variety of breads, smoothies, and coffees. They're open in the morning for breakfast, and they stay open late and turn into a pub at night. It's a little hard to go inside the building with your dog, so I'd recommend going on a day when the weather is good so that you can enjoy the ocean view outside. The final place to eat at that I'd like to mention is also an ocean view cafe, but this time it's in Seogwipo on the southern part of the island. They have a variety of foods like pastas and desserts. The cafe is not a dog cafe, but it is very dog friendly. They have cute desserts both for humans and for pets. So one of the best things to do here is get cake for yourself and a unique dog treat for your pet. They have different beds and photo zones set up throughout the cafe, so it's fun to walk around and explore. We went there at night and it was beautiful, but I can only imagine how beautiful it must be during the day when the sun is shining. I definitely recommend visiting if you're in Seogwipo. Living on Jeju with dogs is really fun. We have a unique chance to see a different part of the island that people that don't have pets might not get to see. But there are so many people and places that are supportive of dog owners and really want you to have good memories on Jeju. So pack your bags and come to visit. It might be the trip that you look on to for the rest of your life.